Welcome back, marketers. So you want to create a simple marketing plan that works for your business. I love simple, I love marketing, I love even better when they work together. And since you're watching this video, I'm going to guess that you've probably experienced marketing feeling complicated, feeling expensive, feeling confusing, and not working. So in today's video, we're going to break down how you get from that to your marketing being simple, smooth, and effective.
Okay.
I'm Amy Walker, Client Acquisition Specialist. I help entrepreneurs just like you create consistent, predictable sales through organic marketing and strategic sales. Marketing can be extremely simple. One of the reasons why it's complicated and why it feels like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't is because like 95% of the entrepreneurs that I meet do not understand what it takes to make a marketing campaign convert. So the first thing that we're going to do in this video is I'm going to walk you through that simple process of what you need to have. We're going to look at why your marketing campaigns have flopped in the past, and you'll be very clear on what you need to do differently in order to make sure that they work. And then at the end, I'm going to give you my personal favorite tool that helps me keep all my marketing organized and trackable, so I know exactly what's working and exactly what I need to do to hit the sales goal every time. This past year, I revised my core values as a company and I created a new value that I absolutely love. It is the simplest answer is the best answer. So this whole past year, I have been looking at how can I make this more simple, more simple, more simple. And I want to help you make your marketing strategy extremely simple and effective. Here's the warning that I have though. Simple and easy are not synonyms. They are different. Sometimes when we put together the most simple plan, clients look at it and they say, but I don't have time to do this. And I totally understand. Marketing is time consuming. It requires consistency. It requires content creation and posting and making sure that little tasks are done for lead generation, which is why I really love to have all of my clients have a virtual marketing assistant. We can talk a little bit more about that as we go through, but just know that we're going to talk about simple strategies, but it doesn't mean that they don't still take time. They are going to take time. They're going to be less risky. You're not going to lose money on them. You're going to have faith that they're going to convert, but they are going to require time.
I like this a lot.
Now, I want to talk about trading this time for future time. It is going to take you time to implement these marketing strategies, and it's going to save you a bunch of wasted time because what you're doing right now is you're already spending time on marketing. But instead of that marketing effectively attracting and consistently bringing in new leads of your ideal clients, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes you do something and it works, and sometimes you do something and it doesn't work, and you never know that your time is going to have a return on investment. So is getting it really structured and ordered going to take more time in initial output? Yes. 100% yes. But in the long run, is it going to save you a ton of time? 1000% yes.
Wow.
So let's construct what a really strong marketing plan looks like for small business owners. The first thing we're going to do is talk about an organic strategy versus a paid strategy. In a paid strategy, you're going to be reliant on another platform for your leads. So you're going to be reliant on Facebook ads, or you're going to be reliant on Google ads, or you're going to be reliant on Amazon ads. And truthfully, they own like 64% of all ads in the company, and the rest are like TV, radio, and print. So you're going to be reliant on someone else. Those platforms are all volatile. They move like the market moves, right? The stock market moves, and over time it trends up and down. But you're going to have dips. You're going to have months where you lose, months where you win. If you will implement an organic strategy, it's going to help offset the risk and the cost of your paid strategy. And I do recommend that you be using both if you have proven your sales process. This is the number one reason why people get really frustrated with their marketing. They put money into marketing, but they never actually knew if their sales process worked or not. They didn't test it with free leads. And then they get very frustrated because they're spending money and they're not getting return on their investment. So first, we'll prove the process with sales with free organic leads. Then we can absolutely add in your paid marketing.
I'm listening.
Next thing that we need to do is figure out how many leads do you need to hit your sales goal. If we want consistent, predictable sales, there is a mathematical formula that takes in your sales goal for the month, how much your average price point is, how much your average sale per new client is, how much your closing ratio is, what your hold ratio is, what percentage of people you get a hold of, all the numbers. And it will tell you at the very end how many leads you actually need to have in order to guarantee that you're gonna hit your sales goal every single month.
Just what you asked for.
So I don't want you to have to get thrown off by the fact that you don't want to do the math. I would love to just give you a tool that is going to give you that formula. It's called my Ultimate Marketing Calendar. I'm going to put a link down below. This is a tool that I built for myself, and then I was like, oh, I got to give this to all of my clients because it does so much tracking, and we're going to come back to it several times. I'll show you how I literally run my marketing off of this. Now that we know how many leads we need to have. And I'm gonna tell you, we call this with me and my clients the pee your pants number, because literally when you see it, it's gonna make you wanna pee your pants. You're gonna look at that and be like, oh my gosh, I need how many leads? But here's the good news. It's better to know than not to know. You might be frustrated because you've been consistently not hitting your sales goals when you never gave yourself a shot to be able to hit it because you never had enough leads. So once we know, now we can simply put a plan in place for how we're gonna get those leads. Which brings me to my next step. You need more than one lead generation source. Very, very, very few people get all of their leads in one place. And the ones who do are either big time influencers, like they have a lot of followers and subscribers, or they have a lot of money to spend on their ads. The rest of us need to have multiple lead generation channels. I recommend for my clients 5 to 7. I'm just gonna be honest. But for you, if you don't have anyone who's supporting you in this process, you could do okay with 3 to 5. The reason why is because out of, let's say we have 7, out of the 7, we're gonna shoot for having like 5 or 6 of them be free or very low cost. And then we're gonna have 1 where we're spending money. So now we're looking at 5 or 6 organic strategies. Then we're going to recognize the fact that a couple of those are probably gonna be launching and they're just starting to ramp up. We don't really know their potential yet. And then a couple of them are gonna be on the downward slide because marketing strategies don't stay consistent performers. They kind of ebb and flow. Just like there's up and down in like Facebook ads and their cost per lead and all of that, your organic strategies will have up and down as well. And we want to be able to navigate that by always having enough leads flowing in. So we want to diversify.
I like that.
Now, the next thing is figuring out what should I actually be doing for lead generation? Like, okay, I'm game, Amy. I'll do 5 different lead generation strategies. What should they be? We want to create a balanced marketing plan. And a balanced marketing plan is going to take into consideration cost, and it's going to take into consideration speed of conversion of the leads. So cost, we have free things, we have low cost things, and then we have budget things. Like we need to have $3 signs on those ones. And we have to have a flow between them. If we're trying to do 5 things that all cost money, I promise you're gonna burn through your marketing budget way too fast. So we wanna maximize the free, we wanna utilize low cost, and then we want to have 1, maybe 2 where we're actually spending a significant amount of our budget. I have 1 that I actually pay a good bit for. Now let's talk about speed of conversion. I put this into 2 categories. Category number 1 is what I call a quick conversion. Now, quick is relative because it's anything that you can convert the lead within 90 days. There are very, very few things that you can do where you say, okay, it's the 1st of the month, and by the 30th of the month, I want $20,000 in sales. I have no idea what my marketing is, but I'm gonna start it, get the leads, and convert within 30 days. Very few things where that would work, like almost none. So what we're going to look at is between 0 and 90 days. If you can get a campaign and convert the leads within that period of time, I would consider it quick conversion. Then you have the power builds. The power builds are things that you're going to spend time on them today, tomorrow, next year, and it's going to take time for them to build up. This would be things like YouTube. It's a power build. It takes time. Your channel gets more and more powerful over time, but your first few months might not be that exciting. Another example would be podcasting. Another example might be that you want to be the next Elise Myers on TikTok and you want all your clients to come through there. Those types of things, they just take time. You can get there, but you need to know that the time you're investing now is maybe not going to pay off for a while. Why is it important to understand this? Because if you're filling your 5 to 7 opportunities with all things that are power builds, you're going to run out of steam and you're going to run out of cash before you actually get to the clients. So we want a good bit to be power builds. So I mentioned, I want like 5 or 6 to be low cost or free, 1 to be paid. I want 5 or 6 to be quick conversions and 1 or 2 to be power builds. You guys, I love marketing, and if you want more tips like this, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. And it so helps when you actually like and leave a comment. Like, YouTube loves the engagement. So don't be a sneaky stalker. Come here and let me know that you're with me. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually schedule out our marketing for, are you ready for it? 12 months. Now, you might be like, can't do it, Amy, too far in advance. Okay, go for 3. But ideally, you wanna know what's going on so that you don't have any surprise months where you're just short leads. Then we are going to go through and create a marketing workflow. So this is a step-by-step layout of your process. Very detailed, what needs to happen at what phase in order for this to be successful, so that way we're not doing things like, oh, whoops, I forgot, and now I have to get a flyer made and I have to figure this thing out. And we're trying to scramble. We want to actually give ourselves time and space to make our marketing efforts be successful. If you will download the Ultimate Marketing Calendar, it is going to actually help you be able to track how each of your marketing campaigns are performing, so you can see which ones are doing well and maybe which ones aren't and you don't want to try them again. Now, I told you that we would diagnose why your past campaigns haven't worked, and it is going to be in one of these 5 areas. It takes 5 things to make a marketing campaign work, and if you have a problem in any one of them, then the whole campaign starts to break down. So number 1 is going to be your marketing assets. These are your landing pages, your flyers, your handouts, your graphics, your social media posts, your videos, all the things that you need to produce in order to capture your ideal client's attention. This includes your messaging, your branding, your positioning. Really, really important. If you miss the mark on this, all the rest kind of fall apart. Number 2 is your visibility. Now that you have all these great assets and a really clearly defined message, how are people going to see it? You have to have a lot of eyeballs on that. Number 3 is going to be your lead capture. Are you getting names, emails, and phone numbers so that you can actually follow up with them and start building a relationship? Number 4 is going to be lead nurture. This is how you are building know, like, and trust, a sense of community and belonging. And number 5 is going to be transitioning them into the sales experience. I have seen people build really massive followings online and have no plan in place for how they're going to convert those people. I had a client come to me a couple of years ago that had, at the time, 30,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. He's like, but we're not selling anything. And so we had to open up some sales channels, and I was talking to him a couple weeks ago, and so exciting. He actually has about $20,000 to $30,000 of reoccurring monthly revenue coming now from his YouTube channel. So that's awesome. He's hoping to have it up to 50 by the end of the year.
Congratulations.
So much.
So ask yourself the hard question. If you look at the last marketing campaign that didn't work, what was it? Was it the messaging? Was it the assets? Did it not attract your clients? Was it that not enough people saw it and knew about it? Did you forget to capture leads? Or did you do all those things really well and you got leads, but then those leads didn't convert? Because that's going to be either that you didn't nurture or that you just didn't have a sales experience that you were bringing them into. People don't just magically fall into your lap and convert consistently. It happens once in a while, but it's not predictable, it's not consistent, it's not something that you can bank on. I mentioned at the beginning that I really like my clients having help and support in this. It is surprisingly inexpensive. I have a couple of really amazing virtual marketing assistants. They're based out of the Philippines. I pay them between $5 and $8 an hour. They are so valuable to giving me the time freedom that I need to focus on the areas of my business that only I can do. Now you know how to create a simple marketing plan that works for your business. And the next video that I want you to watch is Marketing on a Budget. What is the difference between digital marketing and social media? I can't wait to see you there.